This video lesson targets grade 11 students who are currently in the second quarter of the general mathematics subject. This will serve as your guide to answer your module specifically in week 1. So at the end of this video lesson, you are expected to number 1, illustrate simple and compound interest, and number 2, distinguishes between simple and compound interest. To introduce the terms that are related to simple and compound interest, let us take the following situation as an example. Mr. Santos asked his colleagues if he can borrow money. He needs 10,000 pesos and promises to pay them after 3 months with interest. Two of his colleagues offered to lend him money. His first colleague offered him 5% monthly simple interest, while the other one offered lesser interest of 4% but compounded monthly. To summarize the situation, let us look at these two tables. In the table above, Mr. Santos was offered with 5% monthly simple interest, and the table below is the offer with 4% compound interest. They are talking about interest. So what exactly is an interest? To those who do not know, interest is the privilege given to the lender for the use of their money. Of course, if you're going to use somebody else's money, you can't just use it for free. To compute for interest, we simply multiply the interest rate to the borrowed amount. In the case earlier, the interest rates are 5% and 4%, which can be converted to 0.05 and 0.04 respectively. Also, we will call the borrowed amount as the principal amount. Familiarize yourself with the terms since we'll be using those terms throughout this course. The key difference between the two offers is that the first offer has a simple interest. On the other hand, the second offer has a compound interest. Now, to distinguish the difference between the two, let us help Mr. Santos decide where he would borrow money. Let's start computing the interest for the first offer. As stated earlier, interest is equal to the principal amount, which is 10,000 multiplied by the interest rate of 0.05. You can use your calculator, you can solve it mentally, or you can use paper and pencil. It's up to you. But in the future examples, we will be dealing with large figures. That is why I am advising you to have a calculator, or you can download one in your cell phone. As we can see, the interest for the first month is 500. In simple interest, the principal amount in every month is the same, so we can just repeat the process for the second and third month. Since the accumulated interest is 500 times 3 months or 1,500, the total amount to be paid will be 11,500. As I said earlier, in simple interest, the interest is calculated on the principal or original amount of loan in every month. Now we proceed with the second offer. The second offer says that the interest is 4% but compounded monthly. So how does it differ from simple interest? Well, compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also the accumulated interest on the previous periods, and thus can be regarded as interest on interest. To explain further, let us solve the second offer. By multiplying the principal amount of 10,000 to the interest rate of 0.04, we can see that the interest for the first month is 400. This is where it differs from the simple interest. In simple interest, the principal amount in the second month is still 10,000, but in compound interest, the principal amount on the second month is the principal amount and the interest of the first month. So the new principal amount is 10,400. To compute for the interest of the second month, we have 10,400 times 0.04 is equal to 416, and the total amount to be paid is 10,816. For the third month, the new principal amount is 10,816 and the interest is 10,816 times 0.04 is equal to 432.64, and the total amount to be paid is 11,248.64. So you can see The total amount to be paid in the first offer is slightly larger than the total amount to be paid in the second offer. Before we end this video, I would just leave some things to ponder. If you are Mr. Santos, which offer will you choose? Assume that the two offers have the same interest rate. Which offer will you choose? I hope you learned something in this video lesson. Thanks for watching.